Welcome to the Vargas Water and Wastewater Renewal meeting. I'm going to go ahead and kick it over to Emily Chancellor, who's going to get us started.
Thank you so much. Thanks for joining in for this project overview. Our agenda tonight is to start with a welcome. Our project team will introduce themselves. We'll give an overview of the project. Any questions that come in, we'll be able to answer tonight, and then we'll provide our project team contact information in conclusion. So we'll get started with our introductions.
Greetings. I'm Gabriel Castaño, and I am with Public Works, and I will be the Capital Delivery Project Manager for this project and one of the major points of contact.
Good evening. My name is Deidre Kirk. As project sponsor, my responsibilities include project implementation and funding.
I'm Simon Horta. I'm the Engineer and Construction Supervisor for Public Works. I'll be overseeing the inspection for this project.
I'm Francisco Peña. I'm an ECC Inspector for the City of Austin Public Works, and I'll be on the job site informing my supervisor and project manager for whatever is going on the project.
Good evening. My name is Monica Suarez. I work for Parsons, and I am the design engineer for the water and wastewater improvements for all the streets with the exception of Galindo Street.
My name is Sharon Teague. I'm the design engineer for the City of Austin, with the City of Austin Public Works Engineering Services Division. I'm the project engineer for the water and wastewater on Galindo Street only.
My name is Bob Schmidt. I'm with Santa Clara Construction. I'll be the project manager for the contractor on this job.
Thank you all, and I'm Emily Chancellor. I'm in Austin Water's communications group, and I'll be supporting the project team you just met to help get communications out to residents and provide information throughout the project. And now we'll go into the project overview, and I'll hand it back over to our project manager, Gabe.
Thank you, Emily. On your screen, you should see a project site map of the location that we are going to be working on. The lines in blue are the water replacement lines, and the lines that are green are the wastewater replacement lines that we will be doing. I'm going to briefly talk about the project, and first I want to go over the actual street locations so that the residents are aware of what streets that we will be impacting. So we're going to be looking at the homes, the residents on 6,700 to 6,814 Canal Street, 6,600 to 6,705 Santos Street, 6,600 to 6,816 Cruz Street, 1,200 to 1,305 Lawrence Street, 6,600 to 6,825 Porter Street, 6,600 to 6,814 Galindo Street. So if you live within one of the residencies or homes that are located within those street addresses that I just mentioned, that is the location of this project. So basically, we will be working on approximately 11,200 linear feet of 8-inch, 12-inch water and wastewater main pipes and lining 911 linear feet of 10-inch wastewater main. So our goal is in this project to replenish and replace existing infrastructure that is out of date and bring it up to new standards for the residents in this area. So we will be working on these streets to replace the water and wastewater. So this project will primarily replace and update approximately 5,876 linear feet of water and 5,325 linear feet of wastewater lines. In addition, 12 fire hydrants will be replaced and some will be replaced in new locations to meet current spacing requirements. Construction is expected to start in August 2022 and will take approximately 13 months to complete. Roads will be resurfaced after construction is completed. At the beginning of the project, you'll notice that the contractor will be out there possibly taking photos just to take pre-construction photos of the existing infrastructure and also doing some preliminary surveying. Majority of the work will be done by open cut trenching. That's that photo that you see there on the left, where we actually will penetrate the road. We'll go in, replace the old pipe, take it out, and put new existing infrastructure. And also, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, we'll be doing cured in place pipe lining, which means we actually will leave that line in there and we'll put a brand new infrastructure within the existing pipe, so not to disturb the ground. And also any of the residents or existing utilities that are around that pipe. So what to expect during construction? So construction overview, the contractor will use heavy equipment to dig trenches for the new water and wastewater lines. The roads will be patched after the line is installed. All roads will be repaved at the end of the project. During the construction phase, crews will work in front of your property a number of times to complete each phase of the project, including excavation, pipe installation, temporary paving, testing, and if necessary, any final paving. So another thing to notice during this project, during construction, is you'll see in that photo that's pointing to a meter box. All your homes have one in the front or maybe on the sides of your home, depending on where your water connection is to Austin Water's infrastructure. And most of the work will be limited to the right-of-way. In many cases, the right-of-way is located 10 to 15 feet behind the curb in an area that you may consider to be part of your lawn. It may be necessary for you to remove landscaping or other personal items in the right-of-way before your new service lines are connected. So what to expect during construction? As you know, the city of Austin wants you to know the right-of-way and clear that right-of-way. So in this diagram that you see in front of you, you'll notice that the public right-of-way is pretty much the roadway, everything in front of your house, including the sidewalk. The contractor may need to do some tree trimming over the right-of-way where the trees are hanging lower than 14 feet. As you can see here in this diagram here, we want to make sure that we clear those trees to allow large vehicles in and out of that area. So you might be seeing that during this construction project. Another thing to consider during the construction phase is traffic. Streets will be closed to through traffic during construction. Flaggers will allow access for residents. Streets will typically reopen at the end of each workday. You will always have access to your home. For brief periods, driveway access may be limited. In regards to street parking, we're asking that residents during the work hours do not park out on the streets. Parking on the street will not be allowed in or near the work zone. So please park your cars in your driveway or outside of the work zone. And as you can see there in that little photo, we'll be putting some no parking signs when we're going to be working on your area. Another thing to consider during construction phase is the utility service. At some point, your water and wastewater service will be temporarily interrupted to connect to the new line, but most likely just for a few hours on a single day. We will notify you by flyers posted on the door prior to turning off the water. Emergency outages are possible should a water line break during construction, and we'll make sure to notify you if that occurs. The work hours for this project are generally 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., and weekend work will be scheduled as required. Project communications, I'll hand this over now to Emily. Thank you, Emily.
Thank you so much. Thanks for that overview. I would ask anyone who's tuned into this to go to our project website. That's austintexas.gov/Vargas. So there's project map there, there's fact sheet, a lot of the information we've discussed tonight you can find there. And also there's a place where you can sign up to get email updates about the project. And that will be our primary way to provide information to residents during the construction. We'll also post on Nextdoor when we can. And then, as was mentioned, if a water service outage is planned during the project, then we will distribute notices on front doors with the 48-hour notice. There can be unplanned outages because we are working in areas with older infrastructure. So that concludes our presentation tonight. I want to just end with our project contact information, which is also on our project website. We're here to provide information, respond to any concerns. Our project manager, our project inspector, and then me as the community outreach representative will be your main contacts. And we really appreciate you tuning in. Good night.